Hey traders, Marcelo here, founder of the Day Trading Academy. We're here in our Dirty Trading Center in Medellin, Colombia. We're answering all your questions about, is my money secure with the brokers in the stock market? Very, very good question from Seb. Don't forget, obviously, to subscribe here to the channel. I love to answer all you guys' questions about the markets. You know, what my favorite color is, whatever you guys want to ask. And obviously, don't forget to put the hashtag AskMarcello. From SEB, I'm going to call you Seb.
For someone like me who would like to dive into the world of financial markets, assuming I open a funded account with a US broker to trade emini S&P, what would be my assurance that my money is secure on any circumstances, especially since I am not a US citizen and I live in an Asian country?
So, this is a really, really good question because I think, Seb, that after the financial crisis that we had in 2008, 2009, we cannot say with 100% degree of accuracy that our money is 100% secure anywhere. And this, in my opinion, includes banks, because the reason the financial products that caused the contagion, that caused the financial system to fail in 2008, 2009, since the governments around the world, more than anything, the European and the US governments didn't do anything about it, now these banks are much larger and they have 100 times more exposure to the same financial products. So you're talking about a broker or is my money going to be secure in the United States? I don't think our money's secure anywhere. If we really want to talk about, when the zombies are going to come. So I would tell you, Seb, that first I'd be curious to know what Asian country you're from if you want to leave another comment on this video. But whether you're in China, Japan, Germany, the system now is too interconnected that if and when this happens again, it's not going to be secure anywhere. So one of the things that I want to explain to you, Seb, is if that does happen, because that's a potential situation in my opinion, based on what's happened in the last 10 years, if that happens, we're going to have a lot more things to worry about rather than trading and having your quote-unquote money in a broker. So I would say in the meantime that it would be okay for you to do that. I think that the period, so I'm really aggressive right now trying to find traders to be able to fund. I plan on starting a new business where people can apply to get funded because let me just explain it this way. During the Depression of 1929, there was more millionaires created than at any other point in the history of the world. During the crisis, anytime we have a crisis or anytime we have a situation when things are bad, there's always an opportunity to make money, always, right? I'm positioning myself in a way where I'm going to look to try to take advantage of that, right? So if you're looking to learn how to day trade, even though you're from X, Y, Z Asian country, you're still going to be able to do very well, Seb. So, if you want to open up your account with the minimum, which I think you should probably use a little bit more, maybe $2,000 or $3,000 instead of the minimum. If you do think, perfect scenario, you're going to make your money back before you lose it. In the worst case scenario, you'll blow the account and have to put more money into the account in order to get a return. But assuming it takes you, a year, 2 years to make your money back, depending on the amount of money you put in the account, I don't think I would necessarily worry about whether my money is secure because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I don't think anybody's money is secure anywhere. Because during, obviously, the crisis of 2008, 2009, we had brokers, PFG Best. The other one was Bear Stearns. They've been around since the 1900s, right? Early 1900s, some of them. They went bankrupt. Like, people's monies were lost. In Colombia, I believe 15, 20 years ago, so I think somewhere around 15, they had a broker fail, Interbolsa, which is the largest broker in the country. So I don't think we're immune to that anymore. And part of the reason is because after the Great Depression, there was a law or regulation that was passed called the GlassSteagall Act, what that did is it basically didn't. So we have a bank and a broker, right? A bank is there to save your savings and borrow money to secure people so they don't risk your savings. Or a broker is a little bit more risky because obviously they invest in things that are like stocks that can lose a lot of money, and other things like what was invested in during the crisis. So after the Great Depression, this Glass-Steagall Act basically said, well, look, you guys over here that are going to risk people's money, you guys can't use the bank's money. So they put a wall in between the two, and a bank couldn't be a broker and a broker couldn't be a bank. Well, President Clinton, good old President Clinton, retracted the law. And that's part of the reason why we have these mega banks that are quote unquote too big to fail, because they got rid of that law, and now every single broker is becoming a bank and every bank is becoming a broker. And now obviously with the exposure, which is much larger, I don't mean to say all these things to scare you, Seb, but I just think it's a reality of the life that we live. And I really believe that if we get to the point where you have to really worry about losing your money that's in a financial institution, we're going to be worrying about much bigger things than that. So I'd recommend you to just go for it, my man, whether you learn from us or on your own or with somebody else. I truly believe that this is one of the best jobs in the world. I'm not going to sit here and promise you like everybody else that you're just going to buy a course and make $1 million tomorrow, because it's not the way that this business works. It's the hardest way to make money, the easy way. But I do believe that it's something that you can learn, right? It might take you a month, it might take you years, depending on how you apply yourself and how stubborn you may or may not be. But I do believe that anybody can learn how to do this. But I also believe that not everybody is going to sacrifice what they need to in order to really learn this. So I hope I gave you a pretty good answer, my man. I was pretty in-depth as well. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. #AskMarcello, and don't forget to subscribe.